Star Wars Unlimited came out with a bang, and then there was questions. Can the company print enough boxes to satisfy the community? Will they meet demand, or will they overprint and take things down and make things completely worthless? And as we have maybe the coolest and most beat up box of Shadows of the Galaxy I've ever seen, for channel member Screen Watcher OG from the East Coast, I would say probably one of the better of the two coasts. You know, it's definitely top two. I want to have a conversation about the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to Star Wars Unlimited, and why I believe that the game is still going to do well. Now, wow, you are going to get the best box ever, Screen Watcher, because this thing arrived in ridiculous condition. Obviously, if anything's wrong, we will make it right and make sure you don't take home anything damaged, but good lord, let's get to the bottom of this and see where we're at. Screen Watcher, good luck. This is our first Shadows of the Galaxy experience because, as we mentioned in the introduction, this thing is hard to come by. The printing of this product did not go, well, let's just call it as well as I would have wanted it to. There's not enough of it out there, and for good luck, we're on the original, the OG, Hometown TCG playmat, custom commissioned art, Rudy signed just for extra luck. Let's get into some of your sweet, sweet pulls. Let's make sure we check for, you know, any kind of problems with the card as we go through. We got bases, we got characters, and we have our first hyperspace variants. Now remember, when it comes to Star Wars Unlimited, it's all about the hyperspace variant and hyperspace foil, and while these are, you know, wildly collectible, people do seem to chase these down a good amount, there is a good amount of value in even the rare slot, with some rares going for as much as, you know, $25 to, you know, $15 to $25. So it's really good to see. Ooh, and we have the Tarful rare off the bat, followed by the Hawk 290 fighter. The Hawk 290 fighter. Oh my goodness, what a world we live in right now. So when it comes to Star Wars Unlimited, let's get the negative out of the way right away. I criticized the company for not printing enough of their boxes, in my opinion, and I wanted to see more boxes on shelves. And just to outline, as we get our first hyperspace rare, I believe, look at that, to outline why I wanted to see this, why I wanted this to happen, is because, well, we have the Scanning Officer, really cool looking card. The reason I wanted to see this, and I wanted to see this happen, was because I think when a game leverages the Star Wars IP, just based on that fact alone, there's a lot of opportunity to spread to new people, to become very well known, and get in the hands of more and more players. And while, yes, I have been on the side of, I believe cards in trading card games have to hold some kind of value while still making the game accessible and playable, I do think that your early stages, early on in the game, you need to, the legendary, the Darksaber, let's go. Nice hit off the bat there on the legendary. I believe that you still need to reach as big of an audience as possible, especially if you're looking at playing the long game. I've said, hey, if you're Star Wars Unlimited, your best bet is to stick around for the long run, to fight the stereotype that we have given Star Wars trading card games and Star Wars collectibles, and, you know, maybe not memorabilia, but other collectible card games, because it does seem that they come and go very, very quickly. We got MiGs, followed by Night Owl Skirmisher. And I think you need to buck that trend and stay around in the long run. And if you're able to do that, you can leverage the collectability of an IP that, whether you like where Star Wars is right now or not, we do have some damage on this card. Okay. All right, let's keep an eye out. Hold on. Screen Watcher, let's keep an eye out for some damage and see if we have to make this, change this, make this right, give you a refund, whatever it may be. So all of that said, I've been critical and I have wanted them to do better, but I am willing to give them a second chance because I truly believe in what they're doing. I think they have leveraged something beautiful. What Star Wars has going for it is not only the connection to the IP, but they have seemed to nail down rarity extremely well. Ooh, we got something sweet back there. We got the gunship. We got something sweet. Hold on. Ooh, okay. Okay, we got the hyperspace uncommon. We got the Doctor. The Doctor is in, followed by the Deathmark, the common hyperspace foil. And we will sleeve up all of these, the hyperspace variants, the hyperspace foils, and anything of note before sending this out onto the road. But I truly believe that you need to leverage that and become a trading card game that can reach as many hands as possible. Because in my opinion, the real value, the true value, is we expose something else back there and we see, ooh, some Mandalorian armor. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's actually a couple dollar hit there. It's a pretty good looking card. And Migs, oh wait, Migs is a really great hit. I'm pretty sure this is a sweet hit. Maybe it's not. I think it is. Let's go. Look at this. Look at the hyperspace foils all of a sudden we're coming across. Let's keep these kind of on display down here. And playing the long game, I think, is where Star Wars is going to shine the best. But that doesn't just happen, right? We said, you know, they kind of nailed collectability. The number of variants feels about right, where you're not, ooh, Cassian Andor, wrong one, but sweet Cassian Andor, where you're not kind of drowning in the number of variants, but there's enough to sink your teeth into and collect, as you see the tree tender. And that to me is massive. Listen, trading card games have to have multiple ways to attack them, to stand the test of time, to go on the long run, to be around for long enough to matter in our opinions as fans, as we see Maul right here, and the Headhunter. There's some other damage here. Screen Watcher, I'm going to reach out to you and send you this video, and we'll see if we can get you at least a partial refund. We'll let you look at some of the box here, but we're going to keep opening because, you know, heck, we're here. But wow, this damage, the damage on a couple of the corners has made me lose my train of thought a couple times. All right, we have the Inspiring Mentor. Here we go. Oh, wow. That's a really cool little unique piece of art there. The Inspiring Mentor, the sweet Inspiring Mentor, and the Protector of the Throne. But to bring it all back to what we were talking about, you've created a card game that you can attack from multiple fronts. You can do multiple things with. It's going, you know, really, really well. And your biggest misstep so far is this weird world that we've created where trading card game companies think it's better for their box to skyrocket in value than it is to get cards in the hands of players. And while yes, it is a finite balance. Ooh, this is the way. You cannot just print everything to oblivion and hope it goes well. We're seeing this with the more recent Disney Lorcana sets. We're seeing this, you know, in Magic the Gathering's history, where you overprint and you do need to scale things back to give confidence to the other side of your community, that being the collectors and things like that. But the first, you know, kind of problem you have to tackle as a new card game is exposure. And you have the Star Wars IP and you're getting a lot of great exposure that way, but you have to continue to expand on that. You cannot just let that be the end all be all of the situation. You have to, you know, let people come in, experience the product, open the pack, see Star Wars on the shelf, and get excited. And in that regard, as we see the Drayton Voss, ooh, okay, another legendary hit. There we go. I don't know why I put the Mandalorian armor, because the Mandalorian armor should be legendary. That's why. The Voss and the Raid here. You know, I really do believe that there's a lot of room for improvement. Now, just like Disney Lorcana, I will be critical of Star Wars, the company, the game, but I am going to, you know, give room for improvement. Listen, we're at Set 2. Set 2 just released. And I do have, you know, criticisms about the amount of Set 2 available, ready to be played, ready to be bought. That being said, there is still room for improvement. There's no need to be completely ruthless here. This game is trying to stand the test of time. It's trying to be around for a long time. I don't think you're going to make a card game and then just kind of have it come out and intentionally let it die. So that being said, I want to see a better understanding of your community as far as the number of boxes you need to print to reach your players. And while doing so, you have to continue to grow, because in that situation where, you know, maybe in 1 and 2, you've lost, oh, the foil DJ, let's go. In the case that you've lost too many people's interest by underprinting the boxes early, you're going to have to fight to get that back. You're going to have to make sure you continue to take up more and more market share, absorb more and more players, and become people's second card game. I think that's the wonderful balancing area where this game lives better than probably almost any other, with the exception of maybe Disney Lorcana. But I do believe it can be done, and I think the Star Wars IP is going to go a long way. And listen, that is an IP that Magic the Gathering and Wizards of the Coast fans like me are not unfamiliar with, in the sense that the IP does recently seem to be mismanaged from the community's perspective. It's safe to say a lot of Star Wars fans are not exactly happy with how things are going in the Star Wars world. And there's plenty of, space and time and runway to turn that around, but you would like to see kind of those things coincide. And I know that the card game is not a big deal in the Star Wars community as far as the hardest of hardcore fans go, but in a perfect world, in my perfect world, and maybe even in your perfect world in the comment section out there, we would like to see both things take a turn for the better and kind of come back to a space where people are truly just loving the IP, loving Star Wars, and loving everything they're doing with the cards, the boxes, their collections, etc. As, again, we see something sweet back here. We see the Reeves right in front here, followed by the Pursuit Craft. All right, getting down to the end of the box, I must say that there's a lot of just ancillary, just extra stuff in here that as a Star Wars fan, you're scrolling through these cards and it just excites you. You just see a lot of stuff, and that care, that love of the IP, that love of the universe and these characters definitely still exists. And for me, and having my first opening experience here, I wanted to see how that felt at kind of an emotional level. I talk a lot on the channel about my emotional connection, our emotional connections to our card games, the collectibles that we buy, and that to me is extremely important. Now, if we can continue that, we can turn around the things that I talked about in the video today, I think we're in a good spot. But with the last 3 packs here, I really want to ask all of you guys in the comments section, did you start playing Star Wars? Are you still playing Star Wars? Did you let it go because you can't get your hands on it? How do you feel about the game, about the IP and everything going on in the Star Wars universe? Are you hoping for more boxes? Are you hoping for less? And will you continue supporting Star Wars Unlimited through Shadows of the Galaxy and on to set 3? I know I will. Listen, at this point, I've staked my claim. I'm a believer in Star Wars. I think it has a chance. I think it needs to be a little better managed. I think there needs to be a little more trading card expertise when it comes to how we handle the product, the amount we are shipping, the amount we are printing, as we see the hyperspace Val off the cuff there, followed by the Triple Dark Raid and the Principled Outlaw. Listen, hyperspace foils are always cool to fill out your selection. That's where I stand on the matter. I want to know where all of you stand on the matter. As we go into the last pack magic, if you were here for the last pack, let me know in the comments section. Screen Watcher, I'll be reaching out to you, talking about a little bit of damage that we came across in the box, and I'll post the video. I'll send it to you, and then if anything, we'll work on. We've known each other for some time. We'll work out what you feel is fair for a refund for a couple cards that are damaged, and we will go from there. So thank you all so much for hanging out today. Wow, wild box. I feel like we got some good value in the legendary slot. Thank you so much for hanging out. Until next time, you guys know me. My name is Josh, and we will see you around. All right, take it easy, everyone.